Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the world around you fade. Together, we will journey to a realm where myths come alive and mysteries whisper their secrets. This is your moment to pause, to wonder, and to escape. The Hesperides and the Golden Apples. The Garden of Eternal Dusk. At the very edge of the world, where the sun bid its final farewell before sinking beneath the horizon, lay a garden bathed in eternal twilight. This was the Garden of the Hesperides, a place of celestial beauty, where the sky was painted in hues of gold, pink, and violet, forever caught in the glow of the setting sun. It was said that no mortal had ever laid eyes upon this hidden paradise. Here, time flowed differently, and the air shimmered with divine energy. In the heart of the garden stood an ancient tree, its branches heavy with golden apples, each one gleaming like a captured star. These were Hera's sacred apples, gifts of the earth itself, granting immortality to those who dared to claim them. Watching over this enchanted realm were the Hesperides, nymphs of the evening. Their voices were like whispers of the wind at dusk, singing melodies that lulled the world into nightfall. But they were not alone. Ladon, the ever-watchful dragon, coiled around the golden tree, his 100 eyes never closing, ensuring that none could steal what belonged to the gods. A gift from the Earth Mother. Long ago, when Zeus wed Hera, the Earth Mother Gaia bestowed a wondrous gift upon the Queen of the Heavens, an enchanted apple tree, bearing fruit more precious than any jewel of Olympus. The apples were said to grant eternal youth and divine power, and so Hera condemned that they would be hidden away in the garden of the Hesperides, guarded for eternity. The nymphs, Aegle, Erythea, and Hesperia danced beneath the tree's golden canopy, their laughter mingling in the rustling leaves. They were as radiant as the sunset itself, their very presence an extension of the garden's magic. To them, the tree was more than a treasure. It was a sacred part of the balance between day and night, light and shadow. But the whispers of immortality have always drawn the bold and the desperate. And so, the garden was never truly at peace. The many thieves of the golden apples. Over the centuries, many sought the golden apples, believing they could defy death or rise to godhood. But none succeeded. One cunning mortal, Atlas, the titan who bore the sky upon his shoulders, once attempted to deceive the Hesperides. He approached their garden with silver-tongued words, claiming he'd been sent by the gods. But Ladon, with his endless gaze, saw through the deception, and the titan was forced to retreat. Another time, the hero, Perseus, armed with the head of Medusa, passed near the garden. The nymphs, entranced by his valour, warned him not to seek the apples, for none who had tried before had survived. Perseus heeded their warning and continued his journey, sparing himself from the dragon's eternal vigilance. But the most legendary attempt came from a man whose name would be spoken for all time: Heracles. Heracles and the 11th Labor. As part of his 12 great labours, King Eurystheus commanded Hercules to retrieve the golden apples. The hero, though mighty, knew that brute strength alone could not claim this prize. His journey took him across the world, seeking those who knew the garden's secret location. He wrestled the sea god Nereus, forcing him to reveal the way. He freed Prometheus, the titan who had given fire to mankind, who in return offered a crucial piece of advice. Only Atlas can retrieve the apples, for he alone can walk freely into the garden. With this knowledge, Heracles journeyed to the pillars of the world, where Atlas stood, holding up the heavens. The hero made an offer. He would take the Titan's burden for a time if Atlas would retrieve the apples. Eager for a moment's relief, Atlas agreed. He strode into the garden, his presence causing the Hesperides to flee. Ladon, sensing a force as old as time itself, did not strike. And so, the Titan plucked 3 golden apples and returned to Heracles. But Atlas, now free of his eternal punishment, had no intention of taking back the sky. He planned to leave Heracles beneath the crushing weight of the heavens. Yet, the hero was not so easily deceived. Feigning agreement, Heracles asked Atlas to hold the sky for just a moment while he adjusted his stance. The moment the Titan took back his burden, Heracles seized the apples and vanished, his task complete. The fate of the apples. Heracles brought the golden apples to Eurystheus, who marvelled at their divine radiance. But no mortal, no matter how powerful, could possess what belonged to the gods. The apples were returned to Hera's garden, their theft nothing more than a fleeting moment in an eternal cycle. The Hesperides, saddened but unbroken, resumed their watch. Ladon, though defeated once, remained ever vigilant. And so, the Twilight garden continued, untouched by time, forever bathed in the glow of the setting sun. Lessons from the Garden of the Hesperides. The myth of the Hesperides teaches that some treasures are not meant to be taken. The golden apples, symbols of immortality, were not a prize for mortals. They belong to the gods, a reminder that some gifts come with consequences. Heracles may have claimed them for a time, but in the end they had to be returned. It also speaks to the balance between ambition and wisdom. Many sought the apples, but only Heracles succeeded. Not through brute strength alone, but through cleverness, patience, and knowing when to seek help. His victory was not just in taking the apples, but in understanding that even the strongest hero must sometimes rely on others. And finally, the tale reminds us of the beauty of fleeting things. The twilight glow of the Hesperides garden, the laughter of the nymphs, the golden apples shimmering in the dust. They represent the wonders that exist only for a moment. Like a sunset, they cannot be held forever. Their magic lies in their impermanence, reminding us to cherish the beauty that graces our lives, even if we cannot keep it. As the whispers of myth fade into the stillness, carry their magic with you into the world. Until we meet again, may your spirit wander, and may your days be filled with wonder. Thank you for listening to Whispering Myths.
If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to Whispering Myths. That way, you won't miss out on any of the magical tales that I share. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again, may the whispers of myths guide your dreams.